Y así arrancamos un nuevo Es esto la fábrica del día de la fecha, escuchando de EVES. Qué hermosas voces, qué bien que cantan estas mujeres haciendo Small Town Boy, una versión de piano y Runaway. Qué bien que suenan, por el amor de Dios. Y así arrancamos este segundo Es esto la fábrica del día de la fecha, esta sección en donde lo que hacemos es hablar de la industria de la música y de todos los cambios que han tenido ella en estos últimos años. Recordemos que hace un par de años nada más precisabas de barcos, de containers, de cosas que muevan cosas para que a vos te llegue del otro lado del mundo algo referido a la música. Para hablar de todos estos cambios, siempre nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos. Hemos hablado con productores musicales, hemos hablado con un montón de productores y gente que hace festivales y otras cosas, y músicos, muchos músicos, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde vamos a hablar con las amigas de EVES que ya están conectadas. Hi my friends, I'm Manu, there is Raulo, are you listening me good?
We are good. Hello, I'm Caroline.
Excellent.
I'm Marisa.
This is Marisa.
Hi, Caroline, Melissa. My name is Manu. There is Raulo. I'm going to leave you with my friend Raulo. I don't know when you see Raulo. He's going to make the same question we make all artists from all parts of the world. And later, we're going to talk about from the present of the EVES, ¿ok?
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. Todo tuyo, Raulo. A ver si te da para la primera pregunta. Quiero ver cómo va a ser la primera pregunta.
Perfecto. So we are live. We are going to start with the interview. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
So we are the EVES. I am Caroline. This is
Marisa.
I'm not going to tell you my age, but we are from Edinburgh in Scotland.
Excellent. No problem with that. I'm over 40, so I have the same problem. No problem. So, can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Do you go first, Marisa?
Back as a child with my dad, he loved to listen to vinyl records. Each evening he would sit and have a whiskey and listen to vinyl records, and I would go and sit on his knee as a little girl and listen to Motown records and things like that.
And for me, when I was young, my parents, quite similar actually, they had lots of vinyl records and they'd listen to the radio at the weekends every night, and when they would go out I would put the vinyl records on and I would jump up and down on the bed with a hairbrush pretending I was a pop star. So that was my experience.
Excellent. See, I have a personal question. You know, I'm a metalhead. I'm a big fan of Metallica and that kind of things. When I was young, you have a black t-shirt, I have a black t-shirt, we are friends, you know. In Scotland, see, in Scotland, where you were young, which kind of people do you met, you know? Musicians, sports guys, what kind of people?
Lots of different types of musicians. We are very much in the pop world.
Pop music.
So we know a lot of pop musicians, but we also know a lot of Scottish folk musicians, bagpipes and, you know, fiddles and things like that. So we mix with quite a lot.
We've got a fairly wide network of people and all different types of people. As you know, if you think of everyone as a little bit different, so we know people from all walks of life, rich, poor, eccentric, a little bit more straight down the line. So yeah, we've got a whole range of people that we work with and that we speak to and that we socialise with here in Scotland.
It's nice what you're saying. You know, we make this question because in Buenos Aires, Manu is now living in Buenos Aires, I'm in Catalonia, and in most of all in Argentina. In Buenos Aires, the folk music is from another part of the country, most of all, and didn't mix a lot with pop, industrial pop and that kind of things. How do you mix that? You say like, we are Scottish pop, folk. How do you live with that? You know, it's different for us.
I think there's a lot of fusion in some of the music here in Scotland. So we're quite big on the folk festival and that traditional Scottish music scene. Even though we're pop music, a lot of the music festivals that we have here in the summer, they have quite a wide range of different genres and different acts. And a lot of the kind of folk and Scottish trad music now is becoming a little bit more pop based with the writing and the music that they produce. It's more a fusion of different sounds all working together. So we find that festivals that we get asked to play at is a mix of different people, and that's how we've got such a wide network now of friends and musicians, and we all really support each other with everything that we do.
It's really interesting what you're saying, because nowadays the festivals are in each country is like a losing of identity, you know, a little small. What do you think about that?
I think it's quite good, because I think, you know, you're kind of there to open up an experience for people that are coming to see music. You find if you've just got out and out pop festivals or out and out metal, or like if it's stuck in the same genre, it's a certain type of people that go to those festivals. But I think if you want to widen your reach as an artist, and if you want to become more mainstream or better known, then getting on a festival bill that's got a range of different acts, I think that's really useful.
Perfect what you're saying here. And can you tell us which was your first instrument and which was the first song that you learned?
Oh, so I started on piano when I was about 10. I then moved on to flute, then saxophone, and sang the whole time as well. First song that I learned, I can't actually remember, to be honest.
Was it Alicia Keys on the piano?
Oh, wow.
Might have
I'm
been.
sure you were quite into Alicia Keys back in the day, weren't you?
So I started learning classical music, but then I got into the classical pop fusion, which was Alicia Keys.
Wow.
So I loved to do her songs.
Beautiful.
For me, at school it was the saxophone. So played the saxophone for a few years. Keyboards, I would play keyboards. I was a massive fan of Aha and Erasure. So the first songs I learned to play was probably on the synthesizer on the keys, and it would have been Erasure or Aha. It was probably Take On Me.
I'm a bass player, you know. I love that song. See, and Duran, you like?
Love Duran Duran.
Now we are talking the same. Perfect. See, beautiful song. See, and are there any places to study music for free, or you always have to pay in Scotland to study music?
No, so the Scottish government have a scheme over here where you can study a degree for free. So that's what I actually did after school. I went to music university and I studied saxophone and piano. Wow. And I got myself a degree, a bachelor's degree in classical music, and that was free. So beautiful. Thanks to the Scottish government.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't go on to study music, unfortunately. I ended up going down a more sort of business route. So I went into accountancy and I studied to become an accountant. Okay. Biggest mistake of my life.
No, it's okay. See, and you have we have the chance to meet a lot of people that study music in a really high level, and they always told us that the ensemble, you know, meeting other people, it's the very important thing. What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely, 100%. Every good memory that I have of music is playing with other people, you know, whether that was school bands and then orchestras and choirs, and then on to playing in bands and duos. Everything has been with other people. It's where the fun's to be had.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. You're absolutely spot on.
And the first concert that you went?
For me, the first concert I went to see was East 17 in Edinburgh. The House of Love, remember? Everybody in the House of Love. I'm giving my way a little bit of my age there, but anyway.
No, and I'm a metalhead, and I know that kind of things, so it's okay. Manu is going to kill me. See, wow.
I think I went to see Take That, which isn't much better.
Nice, beautiful. Take That. Where in Scotland? Take That.
Glasgow, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, big concert. A stadium. Mm-hmm. Nice, beautiful. Perdón, Manu, sorry, Manu, pero bueno, conozco. I know this kind of
Take That with Robbie Williams.
Excellent.
Muy bueno. Sí. ¿Alguna pregunta, Manu?
No, cuando arranquemos con ella, ya con la composición.
Perfecto, sí. And can you tell us how did the EVES begin and why you put that name to the duo?
Eves. It was Caroline's idea.
Yeah, we just came up with it. I was in the pub one night and I was sitting with Marisa having a drink, and I just thought I want a feminine sounding name. And the Eves, it was like I could see it in my head. I could see the way it should look, sound, and it just felt right, didn't it? And you were like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's go for that. So there's no deep and meaningful meaning behind it.
No.
It just came in a flash of inspiration.
See, no, but when you have the name, it's like real, no? That can I can understand that. See, in October of 2018, you released your first single, Tides. How was the recording process?
It was good, yeah. We recorded with an engineer called Mark Morrow, who is a great musician here in Edinburgh. And he played some of the instruments on it, didn't he? He played bass.
He played bass and some guitars. I played some guitars, who played keys.
Yeah.
It was really nice being involved in the process. It varies with who you work with. Some of the producers that we work with, they like to take on most of the music themselves with a bit of direction from us, but other ones we get to play and get to do what we want on it. So with Mark, it was very much quite open. We were all playing, sharing ideas, and it was a really enjoyable process. He had a lovely studio and we had good laughs, lots of fun making it. And we knew that it was special. We could feel that the song was good. We could feel that it was good enough. So when it got a little bit traction, we were quite pleased with that.
Beautiful. And when you feel, how do you feel about the result? You know, you record that and then you listen to that. How do you feel about that? The first impression?
I think it's always hard as a musician when you start recording a song, because Caroline and I can always hear the finished product before it happens. So we know exactly how we want it to sound. And it can be a little bit frustrating, actually, until you get to the point where you know it sounds exactly how you want it. The process between there is, I find, quite frustrating.
Agonising.
Yeah, trying to get all the levels perfect and the harmonies perfect and everything sitting the way it should. It's quite a skill, and you know when it works. You just know.
But it was a buzz when we released it. Yeah. It was so exciting because we were quite happy with it. We'd done everything we could. We put it out there, and it was picked up by a few radio stations right away, which was quite a thrill for us, just being a new band. So yeah.
Nice. But that is the complicated thing for me. You know, how do you manage the references, you know, in the pop music? You know, you want to sound like this, like that. It's really big, the pop scene.
Yeah, I think it changes with each song. Our songs can be quite different. So we tend to reference slightly different people with each track. There's similar crossovers, but sometimes there can be slightly different ones.
So with Tides, I think we wanted to reference a little bit of First Aid Kit, a little bit of Fleetwood Mac. There was that kind of vibe going on. There's an artist called Lissy as well. If you've heard of Lissy, she's amazing. That kind of indie singer-songwriter vibe, that was where we were going originally. And that was the sound that we were going for, and then we just completely shifted that to pop dance at one point. We just shifted that a little bit. So it's good to keep it fresh and to reference different people, but someone from some magazine or some company referenced us as Coldplay meets ABBA, which was quite a good reference. We would take that any day of the week. So.
It's beautiful, and that is another particular, a word that changed in each region. You say dance music. That is, for us, it's completely different, the concept. See, and in November of 2024, you released your last EP, both sides. You changed many things in the recording process, or how was it?
So we worked with a producer called Dan Gautreau, who has actually worked with Take That and Alicia Keys, and he was really good to work with. He very much open to ideas and working through things. We co-wrote a couple of tracks on the EP with him. So that was an experience of actually all just sitting down with a blank sheet of paper. Dan would have some music and we would build on that. So it was a lot different this time in the sense of we didn't come in with a song idea. It was all of us just sitting down together working through some ideas, and that's how the EP sort of shaped up.
Excellent. Manu, we are listening to you. You know, say no, perfect.
Yeah. I have a lot of questions about the sound, but first of all, you talk about your harmonies, and I think that's one of your trademarks. When you're writing, no, the vocal arrangement comes before the lyrics, or you do that the words lead the process?
It's different each time, although more recently, I've started writing the melody first. So the melody and the chords first, because I feel like you can get a strong melody and then do your lyrics to that, because sometimes if you have lyrics first, you can sometimes find you have to find a melody to fit the lyrics, and it's not always the strongest melody. So if you get a really strong melody to start with, and then you can get your lyrical idea, I find that works better.
Mm-hmm. The harmonies would probably come at the very end. So normally what happens is we've got the melody, we've got the chorus, we know how the song is going to sound, and then we spend a long time, the two of us, doing vocal harmonies to build up and layer. So when you look at the amount of tracks on an EVES song, you'd be quite shocked, because there's probably about 10 or 12 different backing tracks with harmonies there. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, isn't there? So yeah,
lots of layers.
That's the funny part, no?
Yeah.
Excellent. And I see you as an artist with a deep undergrounding, of pop music, not just a performer. So I like to ask something about the sound of the pop culture. Do you think that the set British and European pop are a part of the American pop industry and the sound, or the globalization for unite every little sound of the pop?
I think with American music, pop music, because all those hits have gone global, it's very difficult to get away from a kind of Americanized pop sound. Mm-hmm. So when you think of pop music, you think of boy bands, you think of girl bands in America, you think of Beyonce, you think of Madonna, you think of the Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block. They've kind of defined pop music in America, but then you go to Britain and you look at that pop scene in Britain, and we'll go back to bands like Erasure, Pet Shop Boys and Duran Duran. Very, very different, edgy, dark sound. And then with Europe, it's a bit more electronic, a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit more fun sometimes, a little bit more on the Eurovision side, but then you've got that underground dark electronic techno scene as well. And I think eventually it all comes together, but I would say we were probably closer to a mix between the American and the British pop for the other, like the stuff we've done in the past, but some of the dancier electronic stuff is definitely more European, like songs like After the Love and Brand New Day. That's definitely European sounding,
Impecable.
Excellent.
Muy bueno.
Excelente. Do you think, thinking with what the word that you say, do you think also that the European pop cultures tend to be more open when it comes to the bodies and the sexuality and the self-expression than American pop culture? It's like a politician things in the music.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I do think the European music scene is definitely open. It's more expressive. I think it's able to take more risks. I think in America it's quite a religious country, right? So there can be quite a lot of controversy. I mean, look what happened with Madonna and Like a Prayer. Oh my goodness, you would think that she'd been committed a cardinal sin, like...
Even the Pet Shop Boys with It's a Sin,
Yeah.
The hard word.
It's really
tough. And the video with the religion thing. It's very strong image, and the American culture is now in that scene.
Yeah, I mean, from our experience, we wrote a kind of electropop song called Legal High, and it was about love, but also Legal High, we found out, can be used to explain drugs and how you feel on drugs. Now, that's not where we were going with that song. It was about love. But when we presented it to radio, some radio stations did not want to play it because of the song title. And that was quite eye-opening for us, that we thought, well, we can't go changing it now because that's the whole point of the song, and that's the title of the song, and that's in the chorus. We can't go changing that word now, and the song's been produced, it's been recorded, and It's at that point where you have to let the artistry take charge and be the thing that you're trying to create, rather than trying to write for radio. And I think that's what the Europeans do really well. They'll just do it. It's to hell with the consequences, you know.
It's excellent what you're saying. See, I have to make some explanation. You know why we say if there are any places to study music for free? Because we meet a lot of people in America, in United States, that study in church music. And it's a kind, question to go through that. It's a perfect. It's impresionante. Thanks for this explanation. Beautiful,
That's
beautiful
okay.
what you're saying. Muy bueno, Manu. Muy bueno. Sí, perfecto. ¿Alguna otra?
No, y preguntarle que ahí un poco hablaba sobre componer para la radio, sobre componer para el algoritmo, un poco hablar de eso y de la IA, si querés preguntarles, pero yo ya estoy.
Sí, muy bueno, muy bueno. Do you think that nowadays the people write for the algorithm instead of make the music?
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people make a lot of money that way. It's just less fun to do that. It's not really for us. We just write the music that we want to
write
write.
it from the heart. I mean, it has to be authentic. And I think what you're seeing is we've gone through a big spell there of, all these TV talent shows like your X Factors and your Pop Idols and The Voice and things. And it's all a formula, right? It's all a big formula. And like you say, the algorithms, there's AI now that's coming into things. Flooding the streaming market, but there's something missing. Everyone can feel it. It doesn't touch your soul. It doesn't feel good to listen to. And I think there's a sea change. There's a change now that there's proper, real recording artists are now fighting back, saying, no, I'm actually going to take this back to raw basics and do something authentically. So if you look at the World Cup and you watch the Justin Bieber, and he comes on with an acoustic guitar and he sings, it was beautiful.
Perfect.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now, probably not right for that moment, but that is proper songwriting and performing. There's no algorithm there.
Perfect.
And that's what people need.
Elton John and Shawn Michaels, people need. I think Shawn Michaels, it's a really big loss for the United Kingdom. It's a really big loss. Perfect.
George Michael, yes.
He was beautiful. See? And 3 more questions. Your future plans?
So we're going to be doing an album. Yeah, we are going to be recording our album. We started at the end of last year and then we had to put it on pause for a little bit. But we're coming back to it hopefully at the end of this year, the start of next year. Put out a few singles and hopefully do a tour on the back of that. So watch out for 2027.
Excellent. We hope we please send the album to us. Please.
We will.
Absolutely will.
Sí. Manu, cerramos ya.
Yo le pediría por la canción y ya está.
Sí, perfecto. It was beautiful to have the chance to speak with you. You are honest music lovers, and we like to meet people like that. Sí. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play Tights. The first song. Can you say what did that song represent to you?
New beginnings.
The start of the EVES.
Yeah.
I think we could feel that something was happening with the music and the friendship and the songwriting partnership. We could feel a change was coming. And that's what that song meant to us. Yeah.
It's a beautiful song. Thanks for your time and your support. It's been amazing to speak with you. We keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Llévatelo, Raúl, fuera de EVES, ahí volvemos.